Welcome to Tying One On with Sean. Today I'm going to tie the WD-40. This is a great fly for summer trout, and it replicates many insects from summer tricos, blue-winged olives, midges, and more. So we're going to start our olive thread here, just behind the hook eye, bring it back to just beyond the hook point. And then we're going to measure in our tail, and we want that tail to be about body length, between the body length and the length of the shank itself. And it has a tendency to roll, it's with these little small size hooks. Sometimes it gets a little tough to hold the tail right on top of the hook. So do your best to apply upward pressure or pressure opposite the thread, towards you, and that'll help to keep it on top. And then as we work our way up to the top, to the hook eye, we are gonna do the same thing where we want it to stay on top. And just take your time here, readjusting as much as you need, and we're gonna work our way right up to behind the eye of the hook. In those mallard fibers, we're gonna try and keep them nice and wide, so when we pull them over for the wing casing, they cover the whole top of the thorax. Now, this being a thread body, we are gonna build up a nice, even, tapered body. Make it as smooth as you can. And we're just going to keep working our way back and forth. And we go a little bit less towards the tail each time. So it'll gradually gain some girth here, and it'll be a nice tapered body. These flies are great for, as I mentioned, in the summer. They're great in the tailwaters. Rainy, drizzly, overcast days, they seem to work exceptionally well. And you can fish these deep as you would a normal nymph technique, or you could fish them in the middle of the water column. And my favorite way to fish them is in the surface. So in the surface film, the insects that these replicate, they have a hard time breaking through that film. So they'll often drift for a significant amount of time in that surface film. So that's a great way to fish these flies for trout. Now we're going to add in a dark olive thorax, and I'm using a fine dubbing. I'm going to wrap this pretty tight, and we just want to make a little round thorax here. This fly works exceptionally well for very picky trout. So when there's not much happening, tie one of these on. They work great as droppers as well. So we build up that thorax, and now we're going to pull this over. And as we pull it over, we're widening it a bit so it covers the entire thorax. Keep it from rolling over as you tie that down. Now, you could tie it like this with a little wing on it, and fish it like so. And then if you're not getting much action, you can, while you're on the river, you could trim this off. So to keep it this way, you would do a whip finish right where it is. And now if you're not getting much action, trim it off with your nippers or a pair of scissors if you have them, and fish it like so. In this instance, we're going to finish it off as a standard WD-40 fly, and we're just going to taper and cover all those little remnants. Apply a whip finish here. Grab a couple of those stragglers. And you can cut or trim your thread here. And you can apply some head cement if you'd like, which won't be visible. It should absorb well into the fly. So there you have it. WD-40. Great fly. Enjoy. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time at Tying One On with Sean. Check us out at guidesley.com.